Ready? Hello, Healed Hotties. Welcome back to the Healed by Creation podcast. Today we have our lovely guest, Justin, the owner of 101 Performance. We're going to interview him. We're going to get to know a little bit more about him and his business. But before we get into the episode, please rate the podcast 5 stars and give it a review on Apple Podcasts. Tell us how much you love Healed by Creation. It really helps the podcast, really helps us get more Healed Hotties, reach a wider audience, and grow the podcast overall. But, Justin, can you introduce yourself to my listeners, to my Healed Hotties?
Healed Hottie, I love that name.
You do?
That sounds so cool.
Thank you.
And
You
I
get to
can
be a Healed
classify as a
Hottie.
Healed Hottie today. I
Yes.
love it. Justin Graham, 101 Performance. I've known Gabby since freshman year of high school. We were always friends during high school. I guess we really got, closer like junior and senior year.
I was literally trying to think, how did we even meet? I just remember you were just like a person that I knew at school. You were just someone that I always knew about, but I don't remember how we even met or started speaking.
We either had gym class together, or we just always ended up lifting at lunch together. Because I used to senior, I used to
I forgot I would go to lunch. Yes.
Yeah, I would just be lifting during one lunch.
Yes.
It would just be that, and we would just work out together sometimes. So I've known Gabby for a minute.
Always been muscle heads, so love that for the both of us. But Justin, I remember you started your training business while we were still in high school, or no?
Yeah, a little bit. Honestly, I didn't know what the hell I was doing.
Yeah, because you used to play basketball.
But I would have Coach Sars work. I'd be like, okay, cool. Let's try this. And I would see some Instagram model stuff on IG and be like, okay, yeah, that look cool. Looking back, I'm just like, bro, that does nothing. That's just.
But you have to start somewhere.
Yeah.
You have to start somewhere.
But I've always had a good mentality about it. I know how to push somebody out of their comfort zone and get them to some place that they don't want to be, that they need to be, in order to get to that next level. So I've always been good at that. So I guess that's why how I really got to where I'm at right now.
Yeah, I do remember in high school you were always had such a huge personality, always making everybody laugh, everybody joke. I remember you got best laugh for your senior superlative, which is so funny because Justin will always be somewhere cackling, making all of the guys laugh. And I'm trying to remember how you went from, you played basketball and then you started transitioning to being the manager?
So my senior year, it was either, so I came off surgery. It was my sophomore or junior year going into summer. So my senior year, it was either, sit out and have to get another surgery at the end and go through that whole rehab process and all that, or just sit out and support my teammates the best way possible, which was still being me. Even though I can't play, I still feel like I'm a great leader to a certain extent.
Yeah, for sure.
Just be there for my dudes, even though I'm not on the floor. Just try to be there as best as possible. So I knew I guess going into college, I knew I didn't want to play basketball, but to that certain extent, I didn't really know what I want to do with my life if I wasn't going to play basketball. Everybody got the hoop dreams, at a certain extent. Everybody's trying to go to the league.
Yes, that's a hard decision to make.
Yeah, sit down, you suck at this point. But so, dealing with that and that injury. So I was in the training room a lot, and then I was with SAR a lot, and that's really when
y'all know who Coach SAR is.
Yeah.
If you're from GC, you know who the fuck Coach SAR is. You could not forget him. Yeah. But continue.
And so to a certain extent, I guess that's where I really grew that love and passion for training and working out. Even though I didn't understand the ins and outs and the different mechanisms of what Coach SAR was doing I do now. But it was still
Justin's dog is snoring in the back, but that's okay.
It was still just something that I grew towards, just because I was always in that weight room with him or with somebody. I had 2 strength classes and then a lift after school as well sometimes. So I just gravitated towards that, and that's really how I got here.
Yeah, I definitely think our school bred athletes. Even if you weren't playing a sport, you were going to be athletic as hell. Everybody was in the gym. Everybody was doing athletic training. I don't even know how to explain it, but our school was so sports based and so fitness minded. Even our freshman gym class was you felt like you were training for the military. It was so intense, running a mile every day. It was so much. But I think that it really bred that love and that seeing the importance of health in everybody, and I could definitely see how coming from that environment would really help you and really start making you want to be a trainer?
Yeah, honestly, because like even Coach Sar, we were mainly like sports performance, like on the basketball side, but then I got to see some of the like regular fitness stuff as well, and it's a very thin line between fitness and like sports performance as well. So I got to like get both ends. Like I originally started, I wanted to be like a fitness trainer. That's how I originally started. But I think it was like after my senior year when I like really, I guess towards like the end of senior year, like during COVID, had nothing to do. Like I have videos of me. So like, can you put like clips in this shit?
Yeah, I can.
I have videos of me like outside losing my mind. I'm literally squatting a big ass tree branch. It's a bag of bricks on the side. I was just like, bro, like I don't got nothing else to do. Like let me find I just really got into fitness heavy, and then that transitioned into like sports performance. And from there it's just been great.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome to hear.
I got
a
that
little
clip in my
origin story.
Too, right?
No, I can definitely put that in because I think that would be hilarious.
Like y'all think online, it's a bag of bricks taped up to a fat ass tree branch. It's crazy.
You have to start somewhere, and now look, he has this whole freaking gym in his garage. Like it's crazy, guys. Maybe I can do like a clip so I can show everybody what it looks like, because it looks so different than it does on Instagram. Like it's so spacious. He has so much equipment. Like this is just, it's really crazy to see your growth, and it's very, very inspiring. So what have you been up to since graduation? We graduated in the worst year possible, 2020. So we didn't have a graduation. But what have you been doing since high school finished and college life has begun?
Honestly, I've just really been figuring out who I want to be going forward as a person, quite honestly. After high school, I graduated not knowing what like I wanted to do. Like I can be completely transparent. I didn't apply to one college. Cause I was just like, bro, like, what the fuck am I about to do in my life? Cause I was just so like set on, cool basketball, like basketball. Like you go through like three-ish years like that being like the only thing you think you want to do.
Yeah.
And so like you honestly like forget about like the real world. Like most athletes just go and like go to school and like they choose some major that they don't really have to do a lot in.
Yeah.
I wasn't even thinking about that. I'm like, I'm just gonna go to college, cool, play basketball.
Yeah.
And I honestly didn't really, know what to do from there. So when I was in the weight room with Sar one day, I was just like, hey, Coach Sar, like, what you have to major in to like, be in like this type of field, this type of profession? He was like, yeah, kinesiology, got to do this, and that. And he told me about it, and I was just like, okay. And then he told me about like some of like the first books he read, and then like from the programming, I could see like certain things from those books and everything. I don't think it was the first book, but he told me about like this one. He's a strength and conditioning coach at Minnesota. His name's Cal Dietz, like one of the brightest dudes out there. He's also crazy as hell, but so is Sar.
Yeah,
but
no wonder Sar could relate to him.
But like, yeah, so that really opened like my eyes to that sports performance side, and from there, I just went crazy. Like honestly, like for like the next, so it was my freshman year. I was at community. I decided to go like the community route. It was my freshman year. Like honestly, like it was like a 6-month span where I just shut out everything, and honestly, like a lot of people, and I just like honed in on my work, focused on that work, because I was like, okay, I want to do something special this summer, I want to start something that like is me, like, truly me, like truly one-on-one.
Yeah.
And to this day, I still don't know where I got that name from, but
yeah. I swear, every business owner that I ask, like, oh, how'd you come up with their name? Or even when people ask me, I have no clue. Like, it literally just came out of nowhere. It had to be God inspiring us. And I feel like that's how like, it was meant to be, because this came out of nowhere. It's not like you had this intense thought process, oh, this is what it's going to be called. It just came to you, and it's just natural, and it means, like, you were supposed to be doing it.
And then from, like, I guess I would say, like, that it was like July all the way until like May that following year. I was prepping, just focused on all that work so I could just like deliver a high quality service to these dudes, And honestly, I wouldn't change anything for it. I shut out a lot of people. I lost a couple friends, but at the end of the day, the real ones stuck with me, because I told them from the jump, I was like, yo, like, I'm gonna be honest, like I'm not gonna be around that much. I'm not gonna talk as much as I used to. I'm not gonna be out and party as much as I used to. Like a lot of us want to, but like I got a vision, I got this goal I'm trying to accomplish, and like I need this time. And like it's not even like I'm cutting y'all off or anything.
You're just like choosing yourself
like
for that time.
Exactly, and I feel like that's why I am the way that I am. it just had to be that way at the end of the day. And like the real one stuck with me. My circle was still super close. I love it. And like they understood that. Like I told them, I was like, yeah, I mean, it has to be this way for a little bit, but like, and they were all completely understand. Like they all understood, sorry. And you know, that's just like one of the blessings of having like a great friend group and like great friends. Not even friends, those dudes are my brothers, honestly. Yeah, it was just great.
That is very, very inspiring. I want to touch on a couple of things that you said. First off, I love how you're talking about Coach Sar. It really sounds like he was like a great mentor for you and kind of showed you the way. And that's just warms my little GC heart. It makes me so happy because I think it is really important to be able to just ask for help and realize I don't know everything. I do need some guidance. Like, show me the way, show me the steps. Who did you look up to? And that's really inspiring to me because I'm always someone that's looking for mentorship with my businesses, with my podcast. I'm always trying to get better, and you can't always get better by just, you know, doing the same thing you've been doing in the past. You have to, you know, find people that have done what you want to do and then put your own spin to it. I also love how you talk about you had to be clear about your boundaries as you were trying to grow something. That reminds me of my mom. She has her fitness business that she's been growing since, I think, 2019, because she knew the place that she was training, she didn't want to stay there for a while. She knew she wanted something that was her own, that she could build from the bottom, and she told me, and I saw it, she stopped really hanging out with a lot of her friends. She would just be at home, and she literally is at home right now typing away on her damn computer. All she does is work, because she has this vision of how she wants her business to be. And if you're an entrepreneur out there or someone who wants to start their own business, or you have a vision for something, you have to be comfortable with setting those boundaries and saying, hey guys, this is what I'm up to right now. Please don't take it personally. Like, just know I need to focus on me and I need to build something. And if they don't understand that in the moment, then maybe they weren't meant to be there. But they're gonna see the end result, or they're gonna see the progress. They're gonna see you growing and be like, damn, they really chose themselves, and you're gonna inspire people, so.
At the end of the day, growth requires isolation to a certain extent.
I do agree. I really agree. Like, us graduating during COVID, I used to think of it as like a curse because I wanted to go to college. I wanted to be out and about. I wanted to be partying, meeting people. But the growth that I experienced during COVID, like you said, I wouldn't change it for the world. I was not mature enough to go and live on a college campus. My brain was not developed enough. I didn't have enough life experience, and I didn't spend enough time with myself. Like, just asking myself, do you like this? What do you want to do? Are you even interested in this? And I feel like COVID really gave us that space and that time to ask yourself those questions, to spend time alone. I thought you were going to say something.
I was thinking, but like, I didn't take my meds today, so I'm just like.
No, that's okay.
Like, my brain runs, but sometimes it don't spit something else.
No, that's okay. That is okay. You don't have to be perfect. You can just be you. All right, so that's what you've been up to since graduation. You've been working on you. That's inspiring as hell. I love to see it. So can you tell us about, I guess, what does one-on-one performance mean to you? What's the purpose of it? What's the vision? Because I think a lot of people may see like, oh, okay, he trains people. But like, there definitely is more to it than that. So can you kind of explain that to us?
So at the end of the day, each individual is different, and they each have like specific needs and requirements that they're gonna have that somebody else doesn't. You need to cater to somebody's specific needs, and that's really what one-on-one is all about, you know, and just us building that relationship. I really don't do like a lot of group sessions because it's hard to cater to every single individual's needs. That's why it's one-on-one. You know, I like to take care of everybody individually, and like within that hour 20, however long it is, like I'm fully focused, locked in on them. There's no other distraction. That's really what it's about.
That's awesome. Both of my parents are trainers, and they definitely talk about how you have to have that solid foundation of a relationship with people, because when they're coming to you to train, like, they're in a very vulnerable position. Maybe they're not as confident with their body or their like skills, and you're working with athletes, so maybe they have these goals that, you know, maybe someone told them they couldn't reach one day, or maybe they don't think they can have a best vertical. I don't know sports talk, but you know what I'm saying? Everybody has those specific goals, so I love that you take that initiative to build an actual relationship and not just make it like a transaction. It's more than that, and I think that that's like a really strong foundation for you to build your business off of, because people will remember the way that you make them feel. They may not remember every exercise you did or every conversation you have, but they're gonna remember the way you make them feel. If you make them feel special, you make them feel like, you know, they're the best athlete out there, like they're gonna keep coming to you. Yeah. So that's a really good way to kind of structure your business.
Yeah, and it was just like different coming from like Good Counsel, and like everything is in like a group setting. There's no like a lot of individual work, you know, so it's hard trying to like, because that would be like extremely tough on that staff, you know, trying to individualize like 70 different kids.
Yeah, and it would be like multiple sports playing or what's it called, training together.
Yeah, and that just, you know, I saw it and I felt like, yeah, that type of environment wasn't for me.
Well, let's talk about fitness, gym anxiety, and mental health. Okay,
I feel like they all tie into each other. I really started to take fitness serious. Like, of course, I always played basketball, but like, I started to like really, I guess, go to the gym. I still didn't know what I was doing to a certain extent, but like go to the gym like my sophomore year outside of school, because like I was dealing with like a whole bunch of like mental health stuff and like anxiety stuff, and like, you know, everybody goes through like they try medication and like, yeah, this shit does not work.
Doesn't work.
And so he was like, do you go to like the gym? I was like, I mean, I work out like with my team in school. But he was like, yeah, but do you go to like the gym by yourself? You know, headphones in, just you. You know, do you go to the gym like that type of? I never really tried it. And then I really started to go to the gym from there. Then I got into the research about like how much it can benefit your mental health instead of like medication and different type of routes you can take. And that's really like why I first got into fitness like myself. Yes, like that's a big part of like my mental health, like working out every day, or at least trying to do something that I know can benefit my body and my mental side in some type of way, even if it's going for a walk. Like I got a dog, I can go for a walk at any point in time. And even if I didn't have, I would still go for a walk or still try to do something to benefit my mental health that way.
Yeah, I feel like going on walks is like a hidden like gem. Like I would always think you have to do something really intense for the workout to count. But first of all, going on a walk in this summer heat is gonna get you right. And second of all, it also releases so much stress. Like you can feel it. Because for me, when I'm like sitting in my room and I'm cooped up just thinking and I wanna like explode, like when I go on a walk, I just feel so at ease after. Like it's unmatched. You see all these old people going on walks and now I freaking understand why. Like I wish I could get myself to go on walks every day. I can't do every day, but I do like a couple times a week, and I swear I wish I did every day.
I'm not
gonna. So much better.
I'm in a fitness walking class right now.
Really?
It's 2 credits too. Yeah, this is college. You walk for 2 credits.
That's really helpful.
Yeah.
That's really helpful.
I mean, I really started to like enjoy it. I'm not gonna lie, but like
it's nice.
It
is. You see little animals. You see other people walking their dog. You see like people with their kids in a stroller. Like it's just a cute, wholesome experience to go on a walk, and it is really good for your mental health. So you were talking about anxiety. So can you tell us a little bit about your experiences with having anxiety and kind of what your, I guess, negative mental health experiences were, and then how you felt after implementing going to the gym more?
I always, for like gym anxiety, I still to this day just like wear a hoodie at the gym, because like honestly I don't like talking to people in the gym, or like just like talking to like a lot of people in general. Like that's like one of my big things that I've been trying to work on, just like having normal conversation with people. And even though I'm talking to you like now, like trust me, like if it's other people, I was just like, hey,
and just keep it
put
short,
the headphone in, just like start walking away, and you're like, damn, you're not gonna talk to me. But like, I don't know why it should came difficult to me after COVID. You know, just being around nobody. Like, cause I've always dealt with it like a tad bit, and like for people that met me, you know, they're probably like, what is this guy talking about? You know, like, bro, like I don't like talking to people 90% of the time. So it's just really hard for me. So it's just really hard, even though like it doesn't come off that way, cause you know, I'm a very like happy person and talkative. It looks like it, but like deep down I'm like, did I say the right thing? Did I do the right thing? I second guess every little thing I say and do. So that's really hard for me. But like, after, like during that COVID where like nobody was around, you know, you couldn't really talk to new people, or like you weren't exposed to stuff every single day. I guess that's really when it picked up, and like, I forgot what we were talking about.
No, that's okay. I also feel like I'm a pretty like extroverted person, but recently I've been feeling like a little bit scared to go out and talk to new people. But something that really got me out of that is I'm an RA, so I literally am paid to make people feel comfortable. And so even when I would feel uncomfortable talking to all these new people, they're like looking to me to know what to say. So I definitely would start feeling like anxious in those moments. And same with I also work at the gym, and so I also just have to your dog's like tweaking. I also work at the gym, and I just have to talk to strangers and give them stuff, be like, oh yeah, this is what this kind of band is for, and blah, 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 blah. So I definitely think after being in COVID, being locked up in our rooms and stuff, it's made it so much harder to just, I can feel like I can talk to anybody. Yeah. And it's like, I don't know, it's weird. Like even right now, I'm like, oh my God, why am I stumbling over my words? Why do I sound like a fucking idiot? Da, da, da. And then you just get mad at yourself because you're like, why can't I just talk? Like you're a human being. That's what you're supposed to be able to do.
And then like your brother, like you said that thing about like stumbling over your words. And you like in your mind, you're just like, bro, this dude cares so much. Little do you know, I don't give a fuck because I'm doing it too. But like you just think like every little thing, like somebody's just thinking about it and they're like waiting to say something to you about it. And I feel like that's one of the worst parts about anxiety. Yeah. And it's just really hard to like overcome that. And like if you're like in a big stadium or something, you feel like every single person is looking at you. Or like if you're giving a speech in front of a class or something, it could be like 2 people. Yeah. It can feel like 1,000, and that's just like a pretty like daunting feeling to have. So it's pretty hard.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. And this is just a question that came to me. Do you feel any anxiety when you post? Because now yes, okay. Because I'm like thinking about the different times that I get anxiety. When I post on Instagram, that is when I feel like the anxiety from being perceived by other people. And I never thought about being perceived, but my boss, because I'm an RA, like I said, my boss for my RA job talks about how he doesn't like to go eat in the dining hall because he doesn't like to be perceived. He doesn't like to go to the gym because he doesn't like to be perceived. And I'm like, he's so goofy for thinking that. Like, no one even cares. But then I actually started thinking about it, and I'm like, wow, people really scroll on their feed and see me and have thoughts about me. And they're like, oh, who does she think she is? And you know, most people probably don't actually care at all. They're probably just scrolling. They probably don't even read the caption, none of that stuff. But your anxiety tells you a different story, and it's crazy because you can be sitting in your room with all of your thoughts and it gets so like overpowering. That's how my anxiety kind of shows up. So those are when I need to go take mental health walks and remember that I'm living in a real world with other humans that aren't on my phone.
I definitely say like when I post, like the only like, you know, anxiety thoughts I get is just like from other like people in like that performance field. I'm just like, wow, like what if I'm not as good as them? Yeah. Or what if I'm not? And like, even though I like cognitively know like they've been doing this for like 40 more years than me, why am I comparing myself? That like comparison piece, or like that thought of being like, yeah, this is not as good as like me or something. Yeah. It just really like takes a toll, and it's just like, man, do I even want to post anymore? Yeah. But then you go on TikTok and like you see some like random fitness influencer post like something that's 100% wrong, and you get like 100K fire emojis. Yeah. Like, all right, maybe I don't feel that bad. Yeah, it doesn't like.
Yeah, I definitely feel like you have to remind yourself it doesn't matter, it doesn't matter, it doesn't matter. But yeah, that's how my anxiety shows up. It's literally from social media, and it feels so stupid because I'm like, there was a time where I wasn't on social media and it didn't matter. Like when I was like a child and I was just at peace. And sometimes I want to go back to that, but then again, social media is the way that we promote our businesses. It's the way we stay connected with people that we haven't seen in a while. So it has a lot of benefits, but it also gives us a shit ton of anxiety.
A lot.
But it's okay. It's okay. And also like you posting yourself working out, like that can also be a whole different, like, I don't know, type of anxiety because you're like, oh, people are looking at my body. People are, you know, I don't know. I feel like guys don't really talk about body image, but I definitely think that there's a type of stigma with the way that guys are built and the way that they look, especially in the fitness field. Do you feel that way? Any of that pressure?
I mean, honestly, I used to, like when I first started, but like some of the most brilliant people I've met in this industry are like a toothpick.
Yeah.
Honestly, like knowledge doesn't like have like a size or like I don't know,
a body type or something.
Yeah. Like knowledge can come from anywhere. Just because like somebody's like the biggest strength and conditioning coach, like he's swole as hell, that doesn't mean he's the best. Like I guess like two of like the best, most brilliant minds I've got to like sit down and talk to. I'm like gonna be honest. One's like a he's like 6'1", white male, probably like 170.
So
he's like a 5'5" Asian dude who's like maybe 130.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't matter at the end of the day.
Yeah. So it's like people should be more confident in what they have to offer rather than what they look like.
Yeah.
That is a good way to put it. I think that's really important because I think a lot of guys, like even when I just see guys at the gym, they're so focused on getting big and getting huge and just being massive. But it's like, you know, are you taking care of yourself?
Bro, like that's how you like I'm big now, but I'm big from like stuff I did like a year ago, bro. Like I just want to be healthy at this point. That's where I'm at in my like fitness journey.
Yeah.
Like I go to the gym like I mean I can throw like heavy weight and stuff, but like I do not try to like do some Superman stuff.
Yeah.
Like, nah. Them days, man. I might pick it back up later, but like now I'm just like focusing on like genuinely being healthy.
You know? Yeah, taking care of your body.
Yeah.
And I think that's really important because I also used to struggle with my body image and always wanting to be a certain type of body type or always wanting to see results instantly. And of course I still have those kind of like physique goals, but I also have to remind myself like you work out every day, you eat very balanced, you get enough sleep, you drink water. Yeah, it's like
that's exactly
you're alive. Like just at that point, just be thankful that you got into the gym. Like don't sit there and take that time to hate the way that you look in your gym outfit because I've just experienced that a lot, and I think a lot of guys and girls experience that shit, and it's terrible because you can't even enjoy like the mental benefits of the gym because you're like hating on yourself for not looking a certain way at the gym. Like it doesn't make sense.
Like you can look out like all throughout the gym. The happiest motherfuckers gonna be the old people sitting on the bike for 30 minutes and chatting with each other. And you know, they're not the biggest individuals, but they're still trying to like improve their health. Yeah. And they're in there literally having a grand old time. Exactly. Like I was in the gym this morning with some OGs. They are laughing their hearts off at like 6 in the morning. Yeah. I'm trying to be like, yo.
Exactly. Like just chill and just go there to have an enjoyable time. Of course you want to work out, do it right form, blah, blah, blah. But like, it's nice to, if you have gym friends, to connect with them. I recently started talking to more people at my gym because I was like, wait, I don't know any of y'all. Like, I don't know any people at the gym. I've been going for like 2 years. Yeah. So I've been trying to make more gym friends. I did like, I started doing this gym HIIT class, like a Tabata class. And it's so hard, but it's really, really nice to just be motivated by other people, make those connections. And it's much more fun and lighthearted than like, we're going to the gym so we can get skinny. I need to see my ab definition, blah, blah, blah. Like, just go in and have a good time. Like, the gym is about benefiting you in whatever way that you need.
Yeah. So. And, like, as for, like, physique goals, like, honestly, I think it comes down to, like, knowing who you are as, like, a person. Like, me, I know I'm not going to want to eat chicken, rice, and broccoli, like, 24/7. I've been at that point. I've been at the point where I'm, like, shredded. I got six-pack, but, bro, I'm hungry. I want me a pint of ice cream today, bro. I'm an emotional eat, bro. I had a bad day. I need me a pint of that Ben and Jerry's, and like that's just who I am. So I know like I can't have like that type of like 6-pack, you know, movie star cut up type physique. Yeah. And like I
want to enjoy food.
Exactly. And,
I agree.
Yeah, as long as I'm like still healthy, I go to the gym. I do what I do. I take care of my body. A pint of ice cream is not gonna kill me.
Exactly. No, me, I like Chipotle. Yeah. I like any type of barbecue chip. I just love food. I've just always known that I'm not gonna be a twig because I love to eat. And I work out so hard that after the workout, I want to eat like 2,000 calories. So I don't even count calories. I don't do MyFitnessPal, none of that terrible shit. I used to do it in high school though. So unnecessary because I look the damn same.
Like I've gotten down to where I'm super skinny, you know, I'm cut up and everything, but it's just, I can tell like throughout the day I don't have energy. I can tell it's just not for me. Yeah. And yeah, that's just how I like realize, you know, like, okay, maybe I do not need like this like special physique that everybody like wants to achieve in order to be happy, in order to feel good. Yeah. Like when I feel good, like I feel like the best that I've been like right now. You know, like working out every day, working on myself, working on my business, but I'm still like getting the mental health benefits out of the gym without like trying to like constantly like, you know, just trying to strictly improve your body. You know, like, I need the biggest shoulders in the world. Like just let that come. Like just focus on like that mental health aspect of the gym first. It sounds hard, but once you've been like lifting for a minute, trust me, just focus on that that mental health benefits of the gym that provides first, and then everything else is gonna follow, honestly.
Yeah, focus on how you feel, not just how you look. Because honestly, at the end of the day, you can get to your fitness goals, and then you eat a bowl of Chipotle, and you're bloated, and then boom, your abs are gone. So, or like at the end of the day, we're all gonna get old at some time, old and saggy. So our what's it called? Our physique and our looks are going to be gone at some point.
And those like good habits you build by at least just going to the gym and doing something every day, that's gonna save you as you get like into like that older age, because you built those great habits when you were young.
Yeah, so you won't have to rely on your like metabolism and stuff, because that's gonna go out the window.
Yeah.
So let's see, how does it feel to be in touch with your passion at such a young age? I know there's a lot of people out there that kind of feel like they're purposeless, they don't really have a path, but what does it feel like to be so connected with that path and kind of know like where you're gonna go with yourself when you came from, after high school, not even applying to schools because you're like, I don't fucking know, like, I'm not sure.
So like, as you said, like a lot of people don't know like that purpose or that path. I come from that too. So I guess like finding that passion, like pulling yourself like that deep hole that I was in where I felt like I had nothing to like live for, like nothing to like look forward to. I feel like that made me like that super passion driven person that like wakes up and like is able to be like, cool, okay, I gotta do this joint for like 15 hours a day, cool, and like it's no problem for me.
Yeah.
So it just really makes you feel like blessed in a certain way, but then it's also like very daunting because you compare yourself to like every single person that's like done it before you. Like as I said earlier, even if they can have like 40 years more of experience. Like I'm 21 getting mad at myself because like an MBA, like strength and conditioning coach, a veteran is doing something better than me that I've like never seen before, like done before. I'm like, damn, how come I don't know that? How come I don't have that knowledge he has? Little do I know, like, bro, you're 21, just sit down.
Yeah, he probably started when he was like 35. You're already so ahead of the curve.
And when I talk to him, that's exactly what they say. They're like, why do you know that? Like, why do you? I'm just like, because I'm like trying to be you, but like, I'm just like trying to do it very rapidly.
Yeah.
Like, it's just a lot. So I say it's a blessing and a curse.
I definitely can see that. A lot of things that you just said resonated with me. I actually had an art show on Sunday, and I was like in a funk after it for like 3 days. Like today is the first day that I don't feel like darkness, like a cloud over my head, because I didn't make as much money as I made on my last show. I feel like a lot of the people surrounding me were getting so much more business than I was, but I also, my friends also reminded me when we were all setting up and looking at everybody, my best friend Gabby was like, you are the youngest person here, like for sure, like for sure. And I've found myself being the youngest person in a lot of spaces, and it can give you that imposter syndrome of, oh my gosh, I'm not good enough. You're comparing yourself to the people that are around you, but it's like, babe, they've had 15 to 20 more years before you. Like, you can't even compare yourself.
Like, no matter how hard you try in that moment, you're just still like down about it. It's like, bro, like, am I good enough for this, bro? I'm like, dog, they've been doing that for 40 more years than
you. Don't know the people's stories. You only know yours.
And you just gotta like trust yourself and trust the work that you put in. Like the people that are ahead of you, they realize like what you're doing, and like they're like, whoa, you're like way advanced than I was when I was at that age. Like that's one of like the compliments I get whenever I talk to other people like that are in the field, especially like at the internship that I was at this summer. And they were like, like don't try to shy away. If you know something, you know something. Like don't be afraid to speak up and like take that lead and say something. Cause like we've seen like your videos and stuff, and like we know what you're like capable of, and like it's way more advanced than we were at like your age. So like don't be afraid of that.
You're gonna have to lead with that confidence, because it's really, really easy to doubt yourself. That's another thing that my anxiety is kind of stemmed from, is like self-doubt and being like, I don't know, everything positive people have ever told me was a lie. I'm not made out for this, I'm not good enough, blah, 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 blah. But it's like, no, you have to have that inner confidence to say, no, I was made to do this. I'm here for a reason. And even if you don't feel that way, you just have to fake it enough until you start believing it. Because I swear, just starting a business at this age, it's very, very daunting, like you said, because you have so many opportunities to fail and to not do well. But the only way that you're gonna learn is through failing. So you can't be afraid of it. Okay, so we touched on this just a little bit about your social life, but how has your social life changed, and how has that kind of changed maybe with your mental health? Do you miss going out and partying and being crazy?
Honestly, I I say it's half and half. Because, like, sometimes I see, like, snaps of, like my girl going out or something, like, when she's at school and, I'm just home, like, by myself. I'm like, yeah, that look fun. Like, I'm not gonna lie.
Maybe I don't want to train tomorrow.
I'm trying to go out a little bit. Wow, that looks a lot of fun. Yeah. But, like, honestly, I feel like now I'm finding, like, that sweet spot. Like, this is, like, my third or fourth, I don't know, bro. I don't even know the day of the week. But, like, my third or fourth year, like, into, like, this business. And I feel like now I'm just, like, finding my sweet spot between, like, training, okay, cool, and then like going out and enjoying myself.
Yeah, because you are still only 21.
Exactly.
You do still have to enjoy your life.
And like you feel like to a certain extent you got to carry yourself some type of way because like you're promoting and like you're representing your brand.
Yeah, we did talk about that.
Yeah, but then again you got to be like, yeah, okay, I'm 21. I can still do stupid stuff to a certain degree. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
I definitely think when you're in the position of starting your career this young, it puts so much pressure on you to like have this perfect image. I don't want to curse. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that because I'm supporting the brand. But I can trust and believe like any business owner out there will need to go out for a drink and need to just like fuck around with their friends because we're still people at the end of the day. But I know like even for me when I would go out to the bars and stuff at school, first I'm an RA, so I have to like have my shit together. And then I also in my head I'm like, would a healed hottie do this? Would a healed hottie do that? Like even in relationships, if I feel like I'm gonna get fucked over or something, like I feel like I have to overcorrect because I'm like, no, my hotties would not want this to happen to me. Or like I'm a role model, I can't get fucked over and I can't get played. But it's like, okay, at the end of the day, you're a person. Like you are still a person. You're not just your business. So any entrepreneurs out there putting too much pressure on yourself to be perfect just because you own a business, there's shitty ass business owners out there that are like, I don't know, making people's lives worse, and I bet that they don't care about it. So you can be a normal human being.
Yeah. I feel like honestly, like still, like if I go out, you know, I get like fucked up. And say I got like a 6 a.m. session. I mean, I know like deep down, bro, like I'm gonna get to that 6 a.m. whether you like it or not. Like there have been days where I've woken up at like my men's house like 5 in the morning. Like, Jess, what are you doing? I'm like, bro, I gotta go. It don't matter how bad I am, but like, cause that's just like how it has to be still. Like you can party hard, cool, but make sure that next day that business better be hard too.
Yeah. Fine. Here we go. Yes, I definitely think you have to find balance in everything you do or else you're gonna get burnt out. If you party too hard, you're gonna get burnt out. If you work too hard, you're gonna get burnt out. So do a little bit.
Definitely that first, like those first 2 years I was completely burnt out by the end of summer. I'm just like, bro, like now I gotta like drag this into school now. Like,
oh my gosh.
Cause like my girl was like, bro, like you need to slow down a little bit. And I'm like, nah, it's a grind time. Cool, 12-hour, 14-hour days. That's nothing cool. By the end of the summer, my ass was just in that gym, bro. I don't even want to train anymore.
Yeah.
And like it just took that love out of it. So slow down. Just slow down.
Yeah, nothing. I always think that like if I like take a couple of days off posting, like they're all gonna forget that I have a business. Everyone's gonna forget about my podcast. It's like that's not.
I ain't posted one time this summer. I lost 2 followers. Congratulations. Like
exactly. Like the people that actually care about you are gonna be there. Like my mom, she just took a social media break for like a month and a half, and she's like honestly coming back even stronger because she has that passion like revitalized, and people missed her, so they're like so excited to see her post. I'm like, low key, like that's kind of smart. I kind of take
your
social
mom
media
just
break.
has like such a warm, welcoming face.
Yeah.
Like, her smile's like it makes me smile. Like, oh,
no, she's so good at what she does. I don't understand it. She's so good at what she does, and her like energy is very magnetic. Like I really try to hone in on my Heather, but you know it's difficult. We can't.
But then like at the end of the day, it's tough. Like it's not tough, but like you'll get that feeling of confusing burnout with like loss of passion.
Yeah, and that's scary as fuck.
I take a 2-week break. I'm like, yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, but just because you don't post on social media as much, that does not have to, like, mean like you're not working. I haven't posted on social media all this summer still. I've had, like, 5 to 6 dudes in the gym after I get back from the internship. Just because I don't show that doesn't mean, like, the work ain't getting done.
No, I agree. I definitely agree. Because there was a couple of weeks where I didn't feel like painting, but like I would still sketch every day. I would still be looking for inspiration online or still like watching other people's painting videos to learn stuff. So it's like your career doesn't stop, and you don't stop learning just because you're not showing other people. And honestly, sometimes showing other people, you get a little too ego driven and you forget about the purpose of it. So I definitely think, being a social media influencer versus being a business owner, they're two different things, but they sometimes collide, and that shit gets very, very confusing.
Yeah, and I feel like at the end of the day, if you don't want to take like that, I guess like big break, just find like a way to get like 1% each day. I say like it does not have to be like, okay, let's work on this entire business plan. Just write down like 1 or 2 things for the business plan, or go work out and see, or like test a workout that you've been talking about.
Yeah.
Or just like do one little thing, or like create like the idea for your next post that you want to do in like 2 weeks or something like that. Just pour in just a little bit, because at the end of the day, those bricks add up on top of each other.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you think that it has to be this huge, big, like, oh my gosh, I finished 3 pieces today and I got this commission, blah, blah, blah. But really, it's like all you need is one little seed to make a whole tree. So, period. Okay, next I want to ask you, are you religious? Are you spiritual? And how does that help you with your business and also help you with your mental health?
I am spiritual, but like I find like it very like hard to like make it in the church nowadays, just because like I don't know. That's the thing. Sorry guys.
No, you don't have to apologize. The Healed Hotties are a very welcoming and warm community.
Yeah, I just find it like more difficult, I guess just like going to church with like the stigma of like social media and just like so much out there that it just like throws in your face about religion. Like, trust me, I 100% love God, but like once you go on like some social medias and stuff, like throw it in your face, like repost if you love God. I'm like, bro, like then you end up feeling bad. It's like, dang, I'm gonna repost it. Like, but honestly, I am, but not like super religious to a certain extent.
I honestly understand that. I was having like a whole spiritual, like, I don't even want to call it an awakening, but I was having like a spiritual experience. Last winter, I was going through a spiritual experience where like I felt very led to go to church, but then like I would be in church and I would feel this like eerie feeling of like I don't feel connected to this community. Like even though it would be emotional and beautiful and warm and like the singing would really make me feel a type of way, like it was that like coming next week. You're not coming. Are you coming to the community? You're not bringing stuff to give to the homeless. Like it's just this like.
I feel like like
weird
that
pull.
Church, the community that comes with that church aspect, it's really just like kind of daunting. Almost like, I mean, I love God, but like.
But y'all,
like, y'all are like some
scary.
Yeah, like what do you mean? I gotta bring like this, or I gotta attend this event?
Yeah, or
like,
you have to donate. It's like
bro,
God didn't tell me that. Yeah, I definitely. I think it's like the community that comes with it can be beautiful, but it also can make you feel a lot of shame and a lot of guilt for not acting in a certain way. Like I joined a hopefully none of the girls are listening, but I joined a little like Bible study group, and like I would start going to church with some of the girls, and it was really nice, but I felt like I had to put on an act. Like I felt like I couldn't fully just be myself. I couldn't just be open and honest about what I was going through or how I was experiencing certain things. I had to be very like, nope, everything's good, or like, haha, I'm a little bit stressed, but I prayed about it, so we're good. Like I feel like I couldn't just be myself, and I didn't like how I had to have a different persona. Like if I'm like talking about God or talking to God, I'm gonna be my real self. Like when I'm sitting in my room talking to God, I'll curse, like I just say what I gotta say because he already knows what I'm thinking anyway.
That's how I be like, no, like literally when I journal, I be like, let it to the big man. Listen, hear me out, bro. I literally be like, hear me out, dog. Today, and that's just how it be. Cause I'm like why? If you hear my thoughts anyway.
That's what. And I have some pretty not, for everybody thoughts. Like sometimes I'm thinking in a really mean way. Like, and I don't want
to. What do you mean not for everybody? Chill. I'm scared.
Okay. Sometimes I just have mean thoughts. And you know what? That's something I'm working on. But the fact that I had to just put on this front of being so like someone I wasn't, I can't even explain it. I felt like I had to act like someone I wasn't, be overly pure when it's like I'm a real human being.
If I'm here for him to accept me for who I am, why do I have to feel like I'm somebody else when I'm in this environment.
Mm-hmm.
Like I talk to him every day, but you won't see me in church every single Sunday.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think you have to like praise God in a specific way. It's like however you feel connected to him. It's just there's so many rules when it comes to religion. That's why I like spirituality. And we came from a Catholic ass school, and I think that also is a reason why I have like a little bit of like, I don't want to call it religious trauma, but a little sore
I'm
spot.
Catholic, but like, bro, like they shove that stuff in your face.
We prayed 3 times a day, and like there's nothing wrong with that. But it was the way that you have to do this when you're at mass. You have to shut the hell up and listen to him. You have to walk this way to go to mass. These people sit in the front of mass, you sit in the back. Like, that was a lot.
Exactly. Like we say that at the same time. That's how you know it was like, damn,
a lot. Oh, you didn't wear an Oxford? You're done.
No, Oxford. Jesus don't like that. Jesus don't do polos. Then why am I wearing a polo every other day of the week?
Oh, you don't have a tie? Idiot.
Hey, like, relax.
It was a lot. But, you know, great education. Thanks. Go Falcons. Anyway. Okay. What's your diet like? Are you a super clean trainer? I know we kind of talked about it. You love your pints of ice cream. But how do you find that balance with your diet? Because that's even something that I struggle with.
I feel like it all has to start with just being genuinely open about yourself and knowing like the type of person you are at the end of the day, because it takes about 90-ish, 60 to 90, research is weird, days to build a habit. Sorry, I was about to start
chatting. I thought it was 21.
It all depends.
Okay.
It could be a month, 2 months, because like I'm chatting. Anyway, but so it all depends on like, you have to really sit back and realize what type of person you are. I'm saying like, I know my limits.
Yeah.
Like I know I can fully lock in chicken, rice, broccoli, steak, broccoli, cool, and fully lock in and get down to like that body fat percentage that I want to. But at the end of the day, am I gonna be happy with that? If it can't be like a lifestyle, you shouldn't do it. That's why I don't like recommend dieting, because if it can't be like a lifestyle change that you can easily make, then that weight or like that fat is gonna come back on. And I've been on that side. You know, I've ate chicken, rice, and broccoli, got down OC skinny, but it wasn't maintainable. So you just need something maintainable and sustainable, and make it a lifestyle change if you really want to get those improvements.
Yeah, I think our generation can be very, like we want instant gratification so badly, and that can come with our fitness goals, and nothing about fitness is instantaneous, like literally nothing. I've been working out consistently since like 2016, and I still have certain fitness goals that haven't happened, but it's like, it's a lifestyle. It's going to be something that takes many, many years if you're doing it the right way to see results, and if you're doing it the wrong way, you may see results instantly, but how long can you keep that up? Just like Justin was saying.
That's why I never like, say diet, make a lifestyle change, so that way it can be sustainable, and that way you can still be happy and enjoy the stuff that you still want to do.
Exactly.
Well, try like, 3 healthy meals per week, and then the other 2 just eat what you normally would or something. Something that's maintainable and easy to do.
So all about balance. I really like that. I'm a Libra, so I love balance. I don't know if you know about zodiacs, but
zodiacs aren't scary. I'm not gonna lie.
So many guys say that. So many
I
guys.
just be like, bro, what the fuck? I don't even know what I am at the time. Like, I gotta Google that joint, September sign. Be like, okay, I'm a Virgo.
Yeah, I was about to say, isn't your birthday like early?
Because sometimes, like, I read the stuff about, like, my signs and stuff. I'm like, damn, that's dead on.
Yeah.
Like, half the other stuff, I'm like, what the fuck is this thing talking about?
Yeah, I don't know about other people's signs. I just know about my own. Yeah. But then, like, people be like, oh my god, you're such a da-da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like, yeah, you're so right. I am. Who inspires you, Justin? Who inspires you to get up every day and do the damn thing?
I was about to say my father, but that changed.
Ooh.
Yeah. I'm about to cry on this motherfucker.
No. I mean, that's okay if you need to. Do you cry frequently? Or like
frequently?
At times?
I probably get like once a month.
Okay.
Ish.
Okay.
Maybe. If I stub my pinky toe a little bit more.
Oh, okay.
Maybe that goes
for a second. Are you like a cry in the shower or cry in the car?
Ooh. I feel a car transition to the shower.
Ah, so you get out, you can wipe your tears for a little bit and then it restarts.
Play it pee, be like, fuck! Watch that water hit your head.
Yeah. Something about being in the shower, it's just,
bruh.
like you're just daydreaming. I don't know what it is. I'm definitely a car crier. I had a good car cry the other day. That's why I'm saying, like,
car cries be hitting.
It hits because the music is loud. You're just driving like,
fuck this shit.
Yeah. I was watching, what's it called? Summer I Turned Pretty. And she was having a car cry. And I was like, ooh, I think I need that. So I knew I was going to cry in the car, but I didn't know it was going to come out so aggressively. So I was playing SZA, and boom. It was just a fucking, an ocean of tears. It was great, though. It was really nice.
Yeah. Crying's fun. I feel like people need to get past the negative stigma of it. You know?
Yeah.
Everybody cries.
Yeah.
Like I'm so open about like my mental health and like when I'm like crying and all that. If somebody like asks me.
Yeah.
Like I'm
You're not gonna go up to someone.
Yeah, I'm not going to blast it on. Like I remember, bro. Like I remember just like back in high school, like girls would like post pictures of them crying.
Yes, on the Insta.
Like I would honestly be like, why'd you do this?
Yeah.
Like just literally trying to get like a real answer. I'm like, was it for attention? Was it to like show like your mental health side too?
Yeah.
And like I would honestly I would post on my private story. I'd be like, why do like people like post themselves crying? I'm like dead serious, like trying to like get like an actual answer. And I got some like decent answers from people like from both sides. And like I was like, okay, I understand. I'm not gonna like shit on it.
Yeah.
Cool. Do you?
No, I do remember people be crying on Insta. Like, damn, must have been a hard day.
Tragic.
So yeah, who inspires you? You think? It could be multiple people. Or your dog.
She definitely has inspired me lately. I'm not gonna lie.
Really?
Yeah, cause you gotta go hard. It's literally like having a kid, bro. So I'm like, okay, damn, I got bills to pay. You know, I gotta get up. You know, ain't no money in the bed. That's one of my favorite quotes. Ain't no money in the bed.
That is real as fuck.
It's like at the
unless you do OnlyFans.
Oh, brother. So I guess I tie that in like saying like my father is like one of those people that like inspires me a little bit because like no matter like how much like he's done like because he owns his own business too and like no matter how much he's done or whatever he's always up early like ever since I was young and that like I always saw that and I would be like I remember like I was 13 one day I was like dog why are you up right now he looked at me like because there ain't no money in the bed I was like oh shit. So just like
get up.
So like still to this day I'm an early bird. I always wake up early and like still like it's just the same. Of course you can make money while you're asleep, but like still like nothing like real gets done in your sleep, you know?
Yeah.
Even it doesn't matter like how much you make or how much you do, you still gotta get up and get it every single day. So that's really what like ain't no money in the bed is about.
That is real. That is a really good quote. That is a really good quote. Because when I'm at home, not at school, it's really hard for me to get up and feel productive. In my childhood room, I just want to like lay and do nothing, and it's really difficult. Especially since that's where I'm supposed to be painting. That's where I'm supposed to be coming up with all my ideas. But all I want to do is lay down. So I'm gonna need to write that down. There's no money in the bed. Like,
no
put it on my pillow or something.
Like it doesn't even literally mean money. It could be for anything. Like,
yeah.
I do that. I post that before I go work out in the morning. I'm like, hey, bro, ain't no money in the bed. Let's get it done.
Anything. Yeah.
Nothing.
That's real. Yeah. So what's the best part about being a personal trainer?
Relationships. Just like I've met like so many like actual friends. Just from them like, hey, bro, like, can I get a workout in? Like, cool, yeah, for sure. And like just like the relationships you get to build. Yeah. From like clients, supposed to be clients. Yeah. That can like turn into like genuine friendships, and it's just so cool seeing that type of stuff.
That's so sweet. Okay, so where do you see yourself and your business in the next 5 years? So like yourself first, and then your business.
Myself, I'm like stuck in like the middle of like what I want to do so far. Like, do I just like want to work somewhere else first while like I still build like the necessary skills in order to run like a larger business? Yeah. So like work somewhere else and just like build those skills and like build more like clientele and that sort of stuff. So I'd say that's like where I'm still like at a battle at right now. Yeah. And then for the business, like still, I guess that ties into each other. So I'm still like, you know, in the battle with that of just thinking like, should I work somewhere or just like just go straight in right now. Still, I'm not sure yet.
Yeah.
And I feel like there's like a whole lot I still have to learn, especially about the business side.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot. You gotta go like P&L reports, all of that. It's a lot.
I'm like, I don't even know what that.
Exactly. I'm like, somebody would tell me something like, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like there's always more to learn about being an entrepreneur, and it is really nice to build while you have your mentors or while you're like working somewhere else to kind of get the ins and outs of it. So yeah, that's definitely something that I'm also struggling with. Like even with going to school next year, I'm like, do I want to get my graduate, or do I want to get my master's, or do I want to just build my business? But then I'm like, money, question mark. So I'm like, do I want to start a career? Like it's so many options.
Exactly.
But honestly, it's better to have this many options than to be like, fuck, I hate everything.
Yeah, and it's good to like actually sit down and like contemplate, because like, what happens if I just start this thing up and go fully in next year and I run into like a roadblock that I don't know how to deal with? Maybe I should have listened to my mentors. Maybe I should took like another year with them. And then like listening to like the people that like mentor me to an extent, like hear their stories about entrepreneurship, it really gets you stuff to think about. Like I've met people that are just like don't want to have kids or like can't have a family to a certain extent. Yeah. Because it's just like their life is just that type like busy. Yeah. And just like, dang, do I want that like type of lifestyle where I gotta be like, checking in on every single thing, every single person. And it's just really questions you gotta ask yourself, like that comes like a bigger business. And like, okay, cool, money, but like, are you gonna be genuinely happy at the end of the day too? So that's like where I'm at a battle at right now with me and like my type of business. Yeah, but it's good that you started at such an early age that now you have a lot of time in front of you. Like time is kind of on our side. So it's good that you're able to have the option. It's not like you have to do something. If you want to take a break on the business and go work for a little bit, you could. Or if you want to go full throttle in the business and you need your mentor's help, you also have that option. So I think you're in a really good place and in a good position for success. Yeah, because like I've seen both sides. Like the last 2 summers I've gone full throttle and it's been like great, cool. But then I've been burnt out and just been like, can somebody else pay me for this shit? You're like, when you get an employee or something. And then like it's just like I feel like I still have like a lot to learn. Yeah. Definitely like in that business aspect too. Yeah. So I feel like I just want to take my time, but I'm not in any rush to just be like, okay, I need 50-foot, like a 50,000 foot square gym right now. Yeah. I ain't in no rush, baby. I ain't in no rush. Yeah. It's good to take your time with anything because there's no point in rushing. It's just gonna and it's just like expedite your stress. And I've learned that the hard way. Like especially because I rushed to like build the gym and stuff for like I brought some pretty bad pieces of equipment. Okay. I've had some bad ones in my day. Yeah. Like all that stuff is like relatively new enough. Well, I guess that rack is like I've had that since the first year, and then like that rack that holds the kettlebells too. But that's the only thing I've had in here from the first year. So it's taken a lot of time to build. Yeah. So like, cause like nobody like at first, of course. It should come with like, you should, buy solid like equipment first that way so they can last longer. But I was just in like such a rush because I'm like, I want to do this. I want to make money, yada, yada, yada. It ended up coming to bite me in the butt back in the day, so. Yeah. Well, now I have my 3 ending questions that I ask all of my guests. So let's get into those. First question, what heals you? I mean, one, obviously fitness. Yeah. I go with that. What advice would you give to either your childhood or just your younger self, even your past self, like 2 months ago? What is some advice that you would give to them? Don't overthink, and comparison is the thief of joy. Real. I've spent a lot of time just comparing myself, and that anxiety builds up just because I'm like, okay, I'm not as good as that person that's in front of me. Okay, should I just stop now? Should I just, just forget all about it and try a different path of life? And so that comparison part definitely is taking toes on me. Even still to this day, I still compare myself to others. It's really hard not to compare yourself, especially when it's more easy than ever to compare yourself because you can see what everyone's doing at all times. Exactly. So. Just being so young and like having, I guess like having like the taste of success a little early on. It's just like, okay, how do I keep making myself better? How do I continue? So once you start looking up to those like older people or like ones that's been doing it before you, then you start to compare. You're like, okay, why? Couldn't that come that easy to me?
Yeah, I feel like once you start becoming successful, you feel like you're not successful if you're not growing exponentially in like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and you can get really down on yourself and start doubting yourself and doubting all the past things that you've done just because you're not, I don't know, doing it again or not doing it in an even bigger way. You can't even enjoy what you have done. So I definitely agree. Comparison is the thief of joy. That is also something I really, really struggle with, is comparing myself even to my past self. There are bigger and better things coming for you. You may just have to be patient with it.
And patience is something you're going to have to learn early on, or else it can definitely cost you.
Yes,
like, I talked about like rushing to buy all that stuff. I got some bogus stuff in it, and I ended up having to pay more money to get some real stuff that cost real money that I could just spend in the first place. But like patience and just making sure you talk to people beforehand that have been in your shoes, that have like tried to start that business or something like that. Just make sure you talk to as many people as possible. I know it's like advice every single person like says, but it's advice that every person needs to hear. And then just don't be afraid to be yourself and put yourself out there. Because at the end of the day, it's not gonna matter what your friends think when you up years from now. It's not gonna matter. So just be yourself. Hone in on your skills, keep building the biz. It's all gonna come.
Yes, so inspiring, such a young age. And finally, what is a quote that you live by?
Ain't no money in the bed, live and maintain.
Okay.
That's all I got. And no risk, no story. I got that one up on my board.
I think I saw that one. Okay, live and maintain.
It's from a movie, Paid in Full. So it's just about like, okay, cool. Like you can have as much as you want, but you don't have to be like, you know, billionaire, trillionaire status to like be happy about it. Like you can make money and just live a happy, normal life without like trying to be on Front Street all the time. You know, trying to flex it, trying to buy $50,000 watches and stuff. You can do basic stuff. You can take trips. You can support your family. You can do whatever, but you don't have to do like that flashy type of lifestyle or like that flashy type of things people with money actually do. Like if you look at Jeff Bezos, bro, that dude wears like a basic shirt, or some basic jeans, and then you look at like these rappers who claim they getting money for real and they dressing all like that. That's
and
not
the
like
watch is rented. The watch needs to be returned before 8.
Live and maintain.
I love those quotes. That's so great. Well, Justin, thank you so much for being on the podcast. Do you have any questions for me?
TV.
Flip it on that.
Where did Healed by Creations come from?
Healed by Creation? It's kind of a double entendre. Basically, healed by the creation of God and like healed by my spirituality, by nature. Those are the things that bring me a lot of peace. But also healed by creating art and creating things to put into the world. I've always been a very creative person. So that's basically where that came from. I was just sitting, I think maybe I was at the gym. I get really good ideas when I'm doing cardio, and I think I just put that in my bio once.
Better than me. I think the worst thoughts on
really?
Yeah.
No, I'm always doing something else to distract myself, so I'll be like doing an incline walk or like editing a video or something. But that's basically where it came from. I didn't know what to turn it into, but then I had the podcast and it was going to be called the Gab Drew podcast, and I was like, that's so blah. And I was like, oh my God, Healed by Creation that eats. So that's where it came from.
Yeah. I love it.
Thank you. So do I. So thank you, Justin, for being on the podcast. Everybody follow him. What are your socials?
At One of One Performance.
Period.
So it's one, like the number of one performance.
One of One Performance on Instagram. You don't have TikTok, do you?
No.
Okay. Just One of One Performance on Instagram. Please follow him, but I'll also leave the link in the show notes. Follow the podcast at Healed by Creation Pod on Instagram and at Healed by Creation on TikTok. Don't forget to give the podcast 5 stars and a beautiful review. Tell us how much you love the podcast, how much you love the episode, and let me know who you want to be the next guest, okay? Thank you so much for listening, Healed Hotties, and I'll see you guys next Friday.
Yeah!
Bye!